welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming. My name's Alex Mayer. I'm the Healthier You Program Coordinator. I work with Cigna and I'm dedicated specifically to Williamson County, so I work just with you guys. So if you ever have questions, anything Cigna related, I'm here. If you ever have questions about anything health related or wellness program, I'm also here for that. We have a special guest today. This is Stephanie.
Hello.
She is a dietitian. It is National Nutrition Month, which is why we're doing a cooking demo. And we're really excited that you're here. So Stephanie selected this recipe for us and is gonna walk us through how to make everything.
So you all have your taco bowl packet there, which I will go over. But my name is Stephanie. I am a registered dietitian and I work mainly with women, infants, and children here at the health department. But today we're just going to share, this is a meal that can be great for families, for kids, for adults, for meal prep. If you just need like, I want to prep my lunches for the week, it's really great for that. It's very versatile. So quick demo and a sample for you guys to try. And actually, there's a small group this time, so you'll get maybe a little bit more significant of a portion. I just have rice going in here. All the directions are included, complete recipe for you. I'm just gonna put a little drizzle of oil in my pan here, and we're gonna get the onion going for our meat. Oh, Alex, can you get the turkey meat out of the refrigerator? I did not get that out yet. And I do have measurements for everything on your little packet there. If some of you are like, I need an exact recipe to follow, I got you.
I'll put it over here for you.
I am just more one of those people who, I cook with my heart. So.
I also cook with my heart. Who's a recipe person here? Any recipe people? Yeah. Do you ever spice it up and go with your heart, or you kind of stick to the recipes more? Depends.
A little bit.
Depends.
I know we had the last group, they said, well, the first time I like to follow the recipe, and then the second time, and then so on and so forth, I'll change it up a little bit.
Yep.
You know, I'll do that. So I just threw a little bit, there's a little oil, a little onion. We just, for convenience, I'm gonna throw a little more in there. We got some pre-diced onion, so that's easy, but you can just dice your own onion. If you don't like onion, you can leave it out, but we're gonna, when you cook the onion, it sweetens a little bit. Kind of caramelize it a little bit, just add some flavor depth. And we're using lean ground turkey today. You can do ground beef. If you are meatless, you can prepare the recipe as is, and you could just throw like a can of rinsed black beans or pinto beans and smash them up in there and use the taco seasoning. Or some people use like a soy crumble or like a meatless like crumble that you get in the freezer. So this is totally what you want the bowl to be based on your allergies, your preferences, your diet needs. But we're just using a lean ground turkey today, so I'm gonna get that going in here. And just along the way, if you have a question though, please ask. Where did I put my knife?
You can, I also made my own taco bowl a couple of weeks ago, and I had a Costco rotisserie chicken that I bought, and I just pulled the meat off and chopped it and used that because I didn't feel like cooking meat. Sometimes I don't feel like, you know, you have to like clean up extra if you cook with meat that's raw.
Yeah.
And so I had that and I just kind of mixed it up, and it almost came out more like a street taco with the like little chopped up pieces of chicken. So really, you can completely customize this. And like Stephanie mentioned, it really is the perfect meal prep. Personally, when I meal prep, I do what I call buffet style, which is where I don't make bowls. Like I don't pack a lunch like that. I put my rice in one container, my meat in one container, and then any other stuff on the side. That way, because I don't like eating the same thing every day. So that way I can make something different each day. Or if I'm having dinner, I can just like maybe take the rice and make fried rice with it that night. So there's different ways that you can make things your own.
Absolutely.
And if you have one takeaway from today's cooking demo, we want it to be that you can choose your own adventure and just be curious and try things.
Yes.
And this is just supposed to be a template to help you make other things as well.
So I'm just breaking up this turkey. We're gonna cook it down. We're gonna season it. We used a little cheat today. We just have a less sodium taco seasoning, but you can make your own taco seasoning in the packet there. I put a make your own taco seasoning recipe, which is so easy to do. And you might even look through the list of ingredients and you're like, oh, I have all of these spices in my cabinet, so I don't need to buy these packets of taco seasoning. And maybe you need to follow a lower sodium or like really low salt diet. So on that taco seasoning recipe, you can omit the salt, you can cut the salt in half, you can control it. So, and then you can just store it in like a glass jar or container with a lid, a nice airtight container, and you can use that taco seasoning when you need it. When you have taco night, whether you're doing a taco bowl. You can use that as you need it.
You can even customize like your spice level and things like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Even if you're using like the shortcut, I say shortcut, I almost always use the packets. You can always add your own things. Like if you want extra garlic, you can use extra garlic powder.
Yep.
Again,
right.
Lesson of the day, customize things, be curious.
Yeah, don't be scared. All right, we're gonna let this cook just a little bit. The rice that I have going here, I just did the rice for you. It's just kind of sitting here steaming right now. But in addition to, we're just using like a long grain, like jasmine rice today. If you're low carb, you could buy like a frozen bag of the like riced cauliflower and just saute it in a pan. And you could add the cilantro and the lime or however you want to prepare it. You can follow this as is. You could even do an alternative grain, like if you've ever tried quinoa. I know I've done another recipe demo where we did like an egg roll in a bowl and we did a base of quinoa. So quinoa has a good source of protein, so a little bit more protein than say like your white rice, or you could do a brown rice for more whole grain. So again, whatever your preference is or whatever your dietary need is, if you have some restrictions or maybe you're just following a healthier diet, you can modify it however you want. So this rice is steamed and ready to go, and I just followed the directions that I gave you. There's a little bit of broth in there, a little salt, little oil. It's steamed now. At the end of the cooking though, we're gonna add fresh cilantro and fresh squeezed lime. And has anybody like crock pot meals? Okay, so, and then do you think sometimes though with a crock pot meal, like when you go to eat it, it's just like a little bland, or like, it's just that, the meat can be seasoned really well and it's very tender, but you just need to add a little brightness to it. My little tip for you with crock pot meals is when you're done, it's all ready to eat and you're going to serve it, into that crock pot, put some fresh herbs or maybe a fresh squeeze of like lime or lemon, I guess just depending upon what you particularly made. But if you add a little acid, like that little fresh citrus or citrus, orange, lemon, lime, that'll brighten up the flavor of it. Or if not that, or maybe even both, some fresh herbs. Like we're using cilantro today, but maybe you have some chives or basil or oregano or whatever you have on hand. I don't know if anybody gardens or grows like their own herbs or things like that. But just adding that little bit of fresh herb or a little cut with like a little acidic, like citrus, it just makes the flavor so much better when you go to eat it.
Absolutely, elevates things a little bit. Does everybody feel comfortable with making rice? I ask that because sometimes it's one of the things people struggle with when they're learning to cook. Maybe it comes like it's really cooked on the bottom and kind of raw on the top. Does anybody have that issue sometimes?
I usually just stick with like minute rice.
Yeah, you can do that. You can even buy the rice that's pre-cooked in the bag that you just microwave. But it's such an inexpensive food. And it is so easy. Follow the steps that I put on there. Yep. It's really just a base recipe. I did saute the rice grains with a little oil, little olive oil, or you can use butter. And then you add your liquid. You can season with salt to taste. The trick is though, don't cook it on super high heat. And once you've got it like hot, the lid went on and it just sat there. It just sat and steamed. I didn't take the lid off. You can even turn the heat off. Don't touch it. And then when it's done, take the lid off, take a fork, just fluff it a little bit. So you see I'm adding the cilantro, and then at the end I'm gonna also add here some fresh lime, and this is gonna brighten up the flavor. You're all gonna be jealous of my citrus juicer.
That looks so fancy.
I like lots of citrus, so.
I do too. I put citrus on everything.
We're going, and it kind of like moistens it up too, so it can get kind of dry just sitting there. So you're just adding a little liquid to that.
It makes everything taste a little fancier.
And then we're just
often when you're eating something at a restaurant and it tastes better than when you're eating it at home, but it's something so simple. It's typically, they're using some herbs. They're often using a lot of butter, but a lot of the times it's herbs and it's just some acid that they add in.
Yes. So this
that smells really good.
Is ready to go for our bowl, for our base. And does anybody like to eat like fast food, like Chipotle, like your burrito bowls and stuff like that? This is like their
cilantro lime rice.
It's their cilantro lime rice. I mean, I don't know their exact recipe.
But they'll charge you 8 times as much.
It's a dupe. It's a dupe. And you can make this rice. You've got your bento box that we gave you. I'm sure everybody has little containers and Tupperware things. You could make this whole pot. You could line up your containers. You could put your rice, in your bowls and get them ready to go. Have your meat. Then you can put the meat on top. And then you choose your toppings, but you could make up several bowls for the week and then just put that in the microwave and you've got your lunch ready.
Chipotle at home.
That's right. So we do this one a lot. I have 3 boys, and they all have different tastes and different things they like to eat. So this is a way to please the picky eaters, because my youngest, he eats everything deconstructed. So it'll be like, I want my rice here, and I want my meat there, and my veggies there. And he likes to eat it all, but he doesn't want them to touch or mix together. So he can create it how he wants. And then my older 2 put the rice in the bowl, and they just go to town on their toppings. And I gave you a whole list of potential toppings, but you don't have to, oh gosh, I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna have every single topping out. No, choose what you want, choose what your family likes, choose what you have in the refrigerator, and you just need to use up. You know, we did have a little black bean salad that I made this morning. I guess the first group really liked it because they gobbled it all up. But I just had some black beans. I had a bell pepper I needed to use, a red bell pepper. I tossed that in there. And I already had these ingredients out. So I was like, lime juice, salt, you know, just whatever kind of spoke to my heart. And I guess they liked it because it is all gone.
Absolutely. And I know we keep talking about herbs and acid. The good thing is that things like cilantro and fresh limes are extremely cheap. Like I think I got 8 limes for this demo, and I think it was like $1.50. And you can just use a half for
Amazon
something.
grocery haul.
Yes. And then for cilantro, typically those are like maybe $1 if you get it from Aldi, maybe $1.25 if you get it from Kroger. And it comes with a huge bushel that typically it's kind of hard to use all of it actually. So those things are really cheap and really easy ways to make your food just taste a little bit better.
That's right.
I mentioned this before, I get bored with the same thing, so I really need some stuff to spice it up, or I'm trying to order takeout. So keeping things like that on hand is an easy hack to just not be so bored with what you're eating.
Yes, and you cannot mess this up. Like I was gonna put some garlic in with the onion. Oops, I forgot. So we're just gonna put it in now. If you did get one of these little spoons, though, they're really cool, or play the game at the end. This is dual-sided, so there's a tablespoon, there's a teaspoon, there's a half, a fourth. So when you flip it over, there's the smaller measure markings in there. So it's a space saver, yay. But I am gonna toss a little garlic in there. And this is a cheat garlic. This is pre-minced, but you talked about inexpensive foods. A bulb, like a head of garlic, is so cheap.
It's like 40 cents.
And it adds so much flavor. I have a garlic press at home, so I just smash it in there and throw it in. Cheapest thing to just elevate, and it just tastes so good. So garlic, fresh herbs, citrus, just add those things to it.
Absolutely.
So our meat's pretty well cooked. I'm gonna season it with our taco seasoning. I'm just gonna throw that in there. And you wanna add a little liquid to this. I'm using some broth, but you can use water if you don't have that on hand. I have measurements in your
for our
packet,
recipe folks.
I'm just we'll just, you know, that looks good with, my heart told me that was good. So.
And while Stephanie mixes this up, it's very easy to change the flavor palette on this to make it like a brand new meal. So
that's right.
I love kava, but kava is very expensive, but I love kava. So sometimes I'll look at their menu and kind of get some inspiration for new ingredients that I can add. So for example, one of my favorite things at kava is they do those little pickled onions that are like pink. And I love those. Turns out those are so easy to make and super, super cheap. And it's probably with things you already have at home. So you can always look at restaurants that you really like for inspo, especially if you're trying to cut back on takeout or different things like that. Look at the things you already really enjoy and figure out how you can make them yourself. Because chances are you can make it for, like I said, 1/8 of the price and maybe even better. And you can have as much as you want. You don't have to get just the one scoop that they give you at the places.
Yeah, and you're in control.
And you're in control.
I mean, we already talked about you can modify the protein. This is ground turkey. You can do lean ground beef. You could do a bean mixture. You could just mash up beans if you're vegetarian.
Use pre-cooked chicken if you have some leftover.
Rotisserie chicken if you have that left over. And it doesn't have to be this like Mexican taco bowl profile. Like Alex mentioned, you could do a Greek bowl where you would make the rice, but you wouldn't put the cilantro in. And I would actually do lemon juice if I was doing like a Greek bowl with garlic. You could toss in like some diced green onion or chives or just some bright herbs, whatever works for you. Maybe you had leftover rotisserie chicken, that would work great on it. If you wanted to do it a little more Greek, you do cucumber, tomato, feta, you know, and put some of those kind of toppings out there. So you could change it up that way. Absolutely.
Any other thoughts on different flavors you could do? I've got one in mind. I wonder if anyone will guess it. Yes.
Yes.
So if
like
you
a stir
take
fry.
honey, soy sauce, mix them, and maybe a couple other things that you have, you can make a very easy teriyaki sauce.
That's right.
And instead of doing a taco one, you can just add that and do like a teriyaki bowl. Maybe do some steamed broccoli. I also like when I make kind of like an Asian profile bowl to do like chopped cucumber or maybe even like some pickled onions and stuff like that. Things you would get if you went to like a poke spot, all those like kind of more Asian style toppings. So you really can customize it however you want.
I know some of you maybe were here when I made the egg roll in a bowl, or we sampled that. So that one
we got
was
an OG
another
back
easy
there.
one. So that's another easy one. But again, that was very customizable. Like change your base. If you don't do rice or you need low carb, do a cauliflower rice. Get a frozen bag of that. Follow the same steps. You can season it. You know, I put this quinoa out here just to show you as another base, but change it up. So it's your, you know, choose your own adventure. And you can see how it's really good for picky kids because they can get involved and they get to choose what they want to put on there. And my other tip, if you have picky children, is get them involved in the kitchen and in the grocery shopping part of it. Let them, I know it's a pain when you take kids to the grocery store, but if you let them see the produce and show them what it is and let them pick things out, they're more inclined to eat it if they've had a hand in picking that out. They want choices. They want to make the choice. And then if you have the toppings out, they're in control to choose what they want to put on their bowl. And they're like, oh, I made this. So they're more inclined to eat it. And they can help in the kitchen, I guess, based on age. You can't give, you know, like a 3-year-old a knife and then say, go to town here. But if there's things they can tear, I have like a nylon knife that you can't cut yourself with, but it works good for like lettuce or herbs, you know, to let them help with that or let them set the table or help them like put the bowls out, you know, to kind of make your little buffet line. So get them involved, and that, I promise you, they'll be more interested in eating. But any questions at this point? Okay. Does it smell good?
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, well, I think it's sampling time, right?
It is sampling time. The rice is ready, the taco meat's ready. We'll make like a little assembly line, and then the toppings are over there. Apologies if you need meatless, but we still can do rice bowl with any and all toppings that you want to do. Like I said, I guess the beans were very popular.
Yeah, we got little beans because we did not expect them, but suddenly everyone loves beans, which I love. Yay fiber, but we apologize.
And I could try to remember what my heart told me to do with those beans and put that little recipe together that I made, because I guess they were good.
But that's a good point. Beans are so versatile. You can just keep a can of 90-cent beans in your pantry, and they come in really handy.
Yes, and we've got guacamole over there, so avocado, great source of healthy fats. We've got romaine, we've got extra squeeze of lime, cheddar. There's a hot salsa and a mild salsa over there, so whatever your heat preference is on that, go ahead and choose. And I did not bring sour cream. I bought a whole milk Greek yogurt as a sour cream topping. This one's like a plain regular. I actually prefer if you get the whole milk Greek yogurt, it's thicker. But if you do like a whole milk yogurt or a whole milk Greek yogurt, it's a great sour cream substitute. It gets you some calcium, some protein, and you know, it's very inexpensive, and a lot of times you can find it on sale. And Alex had a great tip our last session, and I do this as well. You know, you can buy like a ranch seasoning, and instead of sour cream, use a Greek yogurt. You get protein, you get calcium. It's a much healthier dip for you to kind of boost up your nutrition, and you won't know the difference. Mm-hmm. So. But I do prefer a Greek.
Yes.
But that's a whole milk yogurt.
This is what we had available.
Yes.
But
the Greek is just thicker.
It's a little bit thicker. This one is pretty thick, but if you try it, you'll see what we're talking about. It's still delicious. But I know I often will get home from work and I'm making dinner and I'm like starving. Mm-hmm. So I'll make myself just a little serving. I'll put some yogurt in a little bowl that I know I'm going to eat, put my ranch seasoning in there and just like mix it to taste until it's like ranchy enough. And I'll have like vegetables or crackers with it while I cook. So it's just a great thing to have on hand, especially because nowadays a lot of people do have Greek yogurt in their house.
That's right. All right. Okay. Well, if no questions, we will get to serving, and you guys can assemble your own taco bowl.
Perfect. And we'll start everyone off with a little bit of a smaller serving, and then once everybody goes, you can get seconds if you'd like.
You can absolutely get seconds.
That's your little one right there, and then you can go to her for the meat. Okay.
I'm bringing it over. Hang on, I gotta give it a quick stir. I got to talking and then it kept on cooking.
Meat as well?
Yes, please.
Here, I'll let you.
Absolutely. And we got plenty, so I'll give you a good serving.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
You're so welcome.
I feel so tall right now.
Please yell at me if you're like, no meat.
I'm 5'2". It feels really special.
I know, I'm very tall right now. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. No meat? Okay. I'm sorry you missed out on the beans.
There's so much guacamole though. Like,
Just load up on the guac.
load up on guac. There you go.
And the
You're welcome.
cheese. And there's, I think we still have olives over there, yes?
No.
No, olives are gone. Okay.
It's funny because in the last demo I talked about how a lot of people
Don't like
the
olives,
olives,
and then everybody went for olives. I love it.
No.
Those good healthy fats. Yes?
Yes. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Do you want a little more? I got a
I
lot.
think that's fine.
You're
I just
good?
like meat.
Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. Well, let me know what you think, and we always are open to other ideas too if you have suggestions for things you'd like. I know the last time someone asked if we could do like kid-friendly snack ideas, like fun things like that that are good healthy snacks. So that was one, but if you have suggestions or ideas, something you want to know more about, let us know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, and then we have extras. So once everyone has gone through, if you want more, like if this is
Yeah.
your lunch, please, we do not want leftovers.
No.
We do not.
Absolutely not. And I'm gonna throw this out. And there's
Linda,
a
did you want
trash
more?
can back here if you do have garbage.
I'll let you serve yourself. Since you're on the inside crew. Did you set aside some for yourself?
There's some extra meat in there.
Okay.
I'm okay though if there's none. I need, like a soft.
You know, I actually last night
I need to
made-
loosen this up because I let it cook too much.
That's gonna be the good bits though.
Yeah, total flavor.
I made dirty rice last night. You ever make dirty rice?
Oh yes, so good.
So good. Does anything need to be restocked over there? You guys got everything still? Excellent. Okay, what do we think? No pressure. If you hate it, you can tell me. It's good? Yeah. Are there different things that you would add? Like I know I talked about
I'd
olives.
spice it up with some jalapenos.
Yeah. I'm also a big corn girl, basic. I like some corn. I would probably do a little corn. They're so good. They're so good. I actually made my own recently. This is kind of a deep cut. I made my own pickled beets. Do you ever go to a taco stand and they'll have like the pink little sliced pickled pickled radishes, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they always on the street tacos. I made some of my own recently and that was so good. It's like a little like zippy something. Yeah.
Pickled onions.
They're really easy. So easy.
So
I did
easy.
try to make pickled cabbage and that was not good. Yeah, I don't recommend that. What about you in the back? Anything that you would add to make it your own?
I would have made it probably just the same.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
all the toppings that I
Would you?
probably everything.
Yeah, if it was like fresh corn season and like fresh summer corn, and I would like, ooh, that would be good. Yeah.
Yes.
What, do you have a trick for
Absolutely.
the reheating the rice so that it doesn't get
Sure.
crunchy?
Yeah, if you just need to add a little moisture. So if you buy like if I am done with my broth, it's already open, but I'll just stick that in the refrigerator because I'll use the broth like throughout the week for cooking or just add some moisture back into it. So add a little broth or a little water or even just like a wet paper towel when you go to reheat it to like get that steam back in there. Because it's very much like here at the health department, all our microwaves, nobody ever covers their food. So it's like the microwaves are exploded all over. So just cover your food anyway, but when you go to microwave, or I have like my microwave cover at home, but put some moisture back into it. But even if it's just like a paper towel that you get wet, just to kind of, while it's cooking, you just got to get a little moisture back in there.
And
Or a
things
little
like
broth.
lime juice. Like if you
Yeah.
have some limes or
That'll
like
freshen it up.
you made this the night before and you still have a half cut lime, you can squeeze that on there, cover it,
Yeah.
and then microwave it.
Yeah.
Just something a little wet to make those grains. Because rice is a dehydrated product. So we cook it
Yeah.
to make it hydrated again, but sometimes it'll still dehydrate easily, which is why it's so shelf stable. But it just needs a little love
Yeah.
sometimes.
Little love.
Yeah.
But if you do meal prep and you put the rice in the containers and you put your meat on top of it, and that part is just like ready to heat, kind of just depends. If you don't want, your toppings hot, then you can just box those up and bring your lunch. But the meat on top of it, when you microwave it or reheat it up, should also keep it a little better. But I know what you mean, like rice. Like if you have like leftover like fried
It's like
rice or something like that.
Crispy on the side of the pan.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So if you pre-make like meal prep, is it good for the entire week? Like,
Yeah, I mean, you always want to reheat your food.
Right.
So it's hot, so like 165 degrees is the recommendation. But I wouldn't keep my leftovers in the refrigerator more than 5 days.
Rice is also a little bit of a tricky one too, because sometimes bacteria can grow on it if you leave it for more than a few days, just because of rice's kind of natural properties. So I try to use rice in like 3 days too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also when things are hot, and if you have, say, like a big pot of something that's very hot, and you just put that big pot in the refrigerator, it's not going to cool down fast enough.
No.
So you want to get things cooled down fast. So don't leave like a big tight lid on it. You need to let that heat
Let it
come
cool
out.
rapidly and then.
Or put things in smaller containers and get them in the refrigerator so that they cool down.
Yeah. Any other questions or thoughts, y'all?
I was just gonna suggest too, like dumping a can of Hotel.
Oh,
Yes.
And
Spice it up.
The rice or the meat or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's really well.
Yeah, I was actually just telling Stephanie that last night. I got home kind of late, and I wanted to make something quick, and my dishes needed to be done. I was like, I don't want to do a bunch of dishes, so I just looked up like one pot recipes, and I made dirty rice. So essentially, I took my vegetables. I used onion and bell pepper, sautéed them, and then I took ground beef, same pan, sautéed them, and then after those were sautéed, I added a cup of rice and 2 cups of broth. Put that lid on there, and then some seasonings, and then 20 minutes later, just like mixed it up, and I had dirty rice with had vegetables, I had protein, had carbs, had everything you need in it. And so in like 25 minutes, I had all that done. So these ingredients, that's part of the reason that we like this recipe, is because you can use it in so many different ways.
Sure.
Yeah, just some inspiration. Then make it your own, be curious about it, and experiment with things. Okay, we have some more if anyone would like any additional. Like if this is your lunch, feel free to stock up. Also, we really don't want leftovers, so help us out too.
Yeah. Any other questions though? Everyone get a bento box? Aren't they so cute?
Did anybody not get their box yet? I think everyone did. I think Linda had you as you were coming in.
And I feel like I told everybody already, but the carrot is so cute. There's a little carrot pin in your bento box.
Oh yeah, if you didn't open it yet, we got those because we know most people wear lanyards or something, so you can have some swag to put on there.
Do you not have a? Is it in the?
It's in your
the
card.
Oh, that works.
Little carrot pin. It's
like,
National
excuse me.
Nutrition Month. National Registered Dietitian Day was like about a week or so ago. So I'm sorry you missed celebrating me, but I will still accept gifts if you want to bring me anything. Just kidding.
Awesome. Great. Well, we'll let you guys enjoy. Again, thank you for coming. If you came in after we got started, we have a game over here to play.
Yeah, more prizes.
Yeah. And if you came in and you already won a prize, but maybe you got a toothbrush, you want something different, you can play again.
Come play again.
Or maybe you didn't get the toothbrush and you really want it.
Well, maybe you're just really eyeing up this measuring spoon. Huh? It's over there.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all.